Hey guys, Mike from Boyer Bows. Well, I wanted to continue with the building of the snaky Osage bow. And when I left you, I was complaining a little bit about how it came out a little light and that I was going to add some sinew to it and all those other things. Well, I got the bow in tiller, and here it is, guys. Look at that perfect tiller. I mean, does that look amazing? Or what? Now, anyone who said it looks amazing, yeah, wrong. It should be or what. But I'm telling you that this bow, when you pull it back to draw, is in perfect tiller. Now, why do you guys think that it looks so wonky right now? Take a look at this bow, see if you can figure it out. I'll give you a hint. Look at the riser. Now, this is not a reverse riser bow. So what does that mean? It means, guys, what this is I've strung the bow backwards, which is an absolute recipe for breaking your bow. So make sure you know you got a pretty good feeling about your bow before you do this. When I'm done with this bow, this part is the back of the bow and this is the belly of the bow. Now, why am I doing this? Well, a couple of reasons. I've been doing a lot more research on sinew lately, and I've been reading some articles in Primitive Archer magazine about sinew and how it performs. And what the consensus seems to be about sinew is that, or sinew, depending on how you like to say it, is that it works best under a lot of tension, a lot of elastic tension. So what have I done here, guys? I have basically strung the bow backwards. Now what I'm going to do, the next step, is to apply the sinew on the back of the bow and let it cure completely. Leave the string on. It's going to go throughout the working limb, which is from here, and I'm probably going to go through the riser as well. And I'm going to leave it until this is completely cured, which is probably going to take about 2 weeks. And what I want to have happen when I'm done is I want, when I unstring this bow, I want it to stay in as much of this position as I can. That's going to add a lot of tension when I string it back the proper way. And the bow is already going to have been drawn, you know, a significant amount before I even, at brace height, before I even pull it back to draw length, before I even begin to, begin to pull it back to draw length. I just said that, but what I mean is, when the bow is at just regular brace height, it's already going to be under about a foot of, between 6 inches to a foot of draw, just sitting at brace height. And then as I start to pull it back, the tension is going to be pretty significant. And I'll just keep pulling until I get to my draw length. But I'm not, it's still going to be, let's say I wanted a 50-pound bow, it's still only going to be 50 pounds. It's just the tension on the string is going to start that much sooner. And it should up the draw weight significantly, and it also should increase the performance significantly, because that sinew is really going to bring a lot of extra tension, a lot of extra return. When I let go of the string, the bow is going to want to not only go back to straight, it's going to want to go past. That's why a lot of recurves are so much faster, like the Asian horse bows. If you look at them, they're completely bent into almost a crab position. They're almost a circle. And the inner part of that circle, when they're not strung, that's the back of the bow. They bend it out in this way, and then it becomes this amazingly high performance thing from the most primitive. I mean, it's a horn and sinew, and that's all there is. Oh, and glue. And they get some really dramatic performance out of those bows, and that's kind of what I'm going for here, although on a bit less of a basis. Now, although it looks all terrible bending like this, if I were to pull it correctly, it is in a good tiller right now. It is in, I would say almost perfect, not perfect, but almost perfect. So it's interesting to see that how different the bend of the limbs work when you bend them the opposite. Now you shouldn't bend your bow the opposite direction, but it is interesting to see that just because they bend properly one way doesn't mean they're going to bend properly the other way. And if you want to see how I apply sinew, there's another bow I made, which is how to build the Osage bow. It's the one with the carp skins on it, and I don't know if I'm going to repeat the video again. I may just come back to you guys when the sinew is applied, unless you guys put in the comment section that you want to see it again. But it's the same process as I did there. It's just sinew's going to follow the sneaky pattern a lot better than will rawhide or anything else for that matter. So that's what's going on the back of the bow, and I'll come back to you guys when it's done, and maybe we'll take the string off together and see how much tension I ended up getting with that sinew. Alright guys, this is Mike from Boyer Bows. I'm sorry about the delay between these videos, but hopefully I'll be able to get them all up to date here pretty soon. Alright, Mike from Boyer Bows, guys. Thanks for watching. This is the how to build an Osage Snake Bow. We'll see you soon, guys.